Everybody ready? Good. Then let's get going. Oh, I nearly forgot you guys. Hey everyone, welcome back. We're all loaded into the bus and we've got a picnic and plenty of snacks. So there are 3 boys here and waterproofs and brollies and all that sort of stuff because it's sunny at the moment, but there's drizzle predicted for later on. Anyway, the road's looking clear, so we should arrive perfectly for our time slot at the National Trust's Chedworth Roman Villa. So just a quick word about visiting National Trust places in these COVID times. We're expected to wear masks. I'm not sure whether that's all the way around the whole property or just the indoor bits. I guess we'll find out in a minute. And we've had to book a specific time slot and we're asked not to arrive early or late, so that gives us 30 minutes to arrive within and then about 2 hours to look around so that they can keep the numbers on site controlled. I guess it's slightly different depending on the size of the property and how much is indoors and how much is outdoors and so on. So the National Trust is allowing walk-up bookings, but only if they've got space. So it's school holidays and I don't want to be driving all the way over there to find that we can't get in. So I've booked a slot for all 4 of us. The villa's just under 13 miles from the Cirencester Caravan and Motorhome Club site where we're staying. So it should be a nice easy run just up the A429 and then it looks like a bit of a left down a country lane, country road, something like that, and then we'll be there. Google Maps says it's all clear, so we'll see you when we get there. Okay, well, what did I say earlier? Google Maps says it's all clear. It is not clear. The blinking road is closed. So in a minute, looks like we're going to have to do a bit of cross country, down some country lanes or something like that. Let's see if I get to try out the 4Motion all-wheel drive in this weather, or remember how to drive down country lanes. Unfortunately though, it's not a quick diversion, so we'll be pushing it for our time slot, which is a bit annoying. Anyway, if the countryside is nice, I'll include some nice clips of the scenic footage for you to see now. Right, we've made it. We're 15 minutes late, and foolishly I parked in the lower Woodlands car park because this bit up here is usually absolutely heaving, but of course it's fine today and I could have easily got the bus in here. Anyway, it's all good exercise. I've just spoken to the lovely man who's welcoming everyone and checking everyone is pre-booked and pre-booked in. And he says it's absolutely fine, which is great because indeed they are full, so I'm grateful I booked a ticket. He also says it's a one-way system in operation, so a loo stop is recommended first. Okay, so have you guys read these plaques? Because they're quite helpful to tell you what's going on. Yep. So look, the different dates and what was happening here. So come and read them and then you've got an idea about what was happening. So Chedworth dates from the 2nd century AD, and then it was gradually built up to its peak in about the 4th century. So it was full of bathhouses and opulence and wealth and luxury and so on. But nobody knows who actually owned it because there doesn't seem to be any reference in any of the mosaics and so on that have been unearthed so far. So that's a bit of a mystery, whether it was a Roman living here or a local who'd built up trading wealth or something.
If they steer to Germany, they probably should have said this goal.
Pardon?
Usually it's lined with bowels on board.
Will be maybe the Romans' toilet.
That is the Romans' toilet. The communal toilet, so everybody used to sit down and have a chat together.
I need to know if it had any religious importance to the Romans, or if it had any war-related importance to the Romans. Otherwise, I do not need to know.
Anyway, then of course the Romans officially pulled out of Britain in 410 AD, so from then on trees grew up through the mosaic floors and the roofs fell in, and soil from the surrounding soil banks and hills and so on was washed over the whole site, burying it until it was rediscovered in 1864 by a local gamekeeper. So the gamekeeper happened to come across a piece of mosaic, and gradually more and more was discovered. So a bit of archaeology took place and a museum was constructed over that initial site where the mosaic was found, hence the rather odd looking Victorian building in the middle, which I'll try and capture a bit of footage of in a minute. There's a little museum in there anyway, so we'll go in a bit later on. We're just following around the one-way system for now. And it wasn't until the whole site was bought and then handed over to the National Trust in 1924 that the real work of actually discovering and finding out what was going on in this place started. Luckily, though, the Victorian archaeologists had treated the site well and recovered or protected all of their finds, so that is great news. The grand dining room. Wow.
So it's got the
Hypercost underneath. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's so disgusting.
What?
Having four together. Yeah. Having four together. Yeah. Whole fun box they have.
Yes. Oh. Oh, there's bits of the hypercost. That's what it looks like when the floor's missing. There's the hot tub.
Well, I mean, that makes sense for it to be from that, because baptism is dunking someone in water and then removing from it. And this is quick plunge bath, which is freezing, so it makes sense.
Oh, there are some water to make you feel wet.
Hysterium.
Baptisterium.
Yeah. It's just like baptism, but with
Of cold.
wood under your floor. Not under your floors, it's the smoke.
Well, it's out here, and they burnt it right at the hole, didn't they? And
Yeah, they burnt it there, then blew the
Yeah, they
smoke
burnt it
back.
under your floors. That's where it's going. Under the floors.
But it's not being physically burnt under the floors.
Oh, it's burnt here and blown in, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I mean, right where that hole is, that's where
Which
it
is
goes.
under the floor. There's a
That's
floor. The floor is up in there. It's a natural spring from somewhere presumably higher up. And it's still flowing.
Leo.
Hmm?
You said that was going to be that floor. I never said that was you said that was going to be. I didn't.
Oh, and it's raining.
Well, we are at the water shrine. So these are the bijou bathrooms, dry heat rooms. Oh, sauna.
There are two names for cold plunge bar. There's the Baptisterium, and there's some other thing beginning with B.
The seniorness, maybe. So whatever somebody needed to do in the warm, that is the multi-purpose heating room. The lobby. Okay, let's go right the way down to the end and then we'll come back again. Another fine room. They can't decide what to call it.
It's a luxury estate. They must have all.
Another fine room. We've run out of things to call it. Other than the rain, you know, what a great place for a magnificent villa. Surrounded by trees up on the bank, so I assume it was the same back then, or certainly sheltered by the hill behind. So very wind sheltered, but then looking down over the view of the valley. Great magnificent view. And you can imagine it being quite imposing for people coming up to the villa itself.
That's it. Stop. Stop. You can break it.
Oh, precisely. It's jam.
Alright, I think that's everyone.
Okay, in you go. Wait a minute. A little squirt of hand sanitizer on the way, please.
So, presumably this place was built before Constantine and then abandoned after Constantine.
So there you are, that's where we are. Right, so you've come all the way up through that courtyard with all the buildings still overlooking it through the first gate.
Right, so it's actually got a raised courtyard.
Yes. So this bit up here is the raised courtyard.
So this hill, if it's lower, they've actually probably built up some stuff.
A long way up the valley to the gatehouse, because look, you'd have come all the way through those side buildings. Until you get to this.
Presumably, I think from the plan, there was a courtyard there, and then this bit was like an open field.
Yes.
Which was surrounded by buildings, which might act as like a sort of wall.
You're hungry again? You ate your own body weight in pasta last night, lovely. Well, let's go through the last bit. And okay, there was a Hungry Nephew approved cafe. Sorry, no footage of that. I can't possibly cope with 3 hungry boys constantly steamed up specs and filming at the same time. Just to say, though, it did feel all very well thought through. Hand sanitizer and one-way systems and collection points for food orders and well-spaced indoor and outdoor tables. So, well done, National Trust. I guess the only difficulty is, though, that it was almost impossible to do proper social distancing in the loo block. Because there's a tiny hallway linking the men's and the ladies and the disabled loos, and then only a single file queue possible outside. So some folks were having to pass others rather closely to get that all running efficiently. But I don't see what could have been done any better, though. And everybody's got their masks on and being sensible about it. So I think that is really the best precautions that can be taken. Anyway, we are off to the Cirencester Amphitheatre, so we'll catch you over there. Hey everyone, it's future me doing the editing on the video itself. So obviously at the point at which we left Chedworth, we had no idea whatsoever what was about to happen. I guess 30 or 40 minutes later, when we arrived at the amphitheatre, there was the biggest downpour of huge hailstones you've ever seen in your life. So instead of tacking the amphitheatre exploration on at the end of Chedworth, which is what I was planning because it's not such a massive site, I've decided to separate it out into a separate video which will come out in the next few days. So I hope you enjoyed exploring Chedworth with us, and as I said, the next video will be out in a few days' time, but for today it's bye from us. So see ya. Bye for now.